Okay, first time doing this, we are live with Brent Lomer, strength coach and gym owner here from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Welcome, Brent. Want to talk to Brent a little bit. Brent graduated the Mavericks coaching course a week and a half ago. So I just want to talk to him. I want to get his experience. I want to share that with you guys. I think Brent has some really awesome experiences and also some really good insights to share with you, whether or not you decide to take a course like this or not. This is what's important. So first off, what did this program help you with the most? What moved the needle the most for you?
Honestly, I think it was the mindset work, in that we thought we had business problems, right? We thought we had lead generation problems. We thought we had results problems, but it was really just about our belief in our ability to deliver those results and to deliver, get leads into our business and just kind of deliver on what we were trying to do with people. Mm-hmm. And, once we kind of figured out that it wasn't a business problem,
and did the work.
Yeah. And figured out it was a mindset thing, the business just kind of came along.
Absolutely. So what pain were you in before joining Mavericks? I know that you were doing pretty well in your business. What pain would you say you were in? What were you struggling with before you joined the course?
Right. So let me tell you a story. There's
story time with Brent.
There's this one Saturday when I had to get groceries and I had to put in a mortgage payment. And then my wife called me up and she said, "Oh, you got to get this thing. It's like $300." And I had to tell her that I couldn't pay for that $300 thing. I missed the mortgage payment. But she doesn't know that, so we figured it out.
Hope you're not watching.
Yeah. Okay. And when I was buying groceries, I had to accumulate the total in my head or like in my phone as I was going around and like buying beef, and I'm like, okay, how much is beef? And then I calculated that because I knew how much I had in my account, right? And I didn't want to go over that. So I just like anxiously and nervously kind of like moved through the store and ran this total of making sure that I wasn't going over what I had in my bank account. And then I obviously got to the cash register, and it was anxiety. I think it was anxiety that I felt like, oh my God, am I going to have enough money to actually pay for this stuff? I thought I calculated right. Maybe I didn't calculate it right. So
we're not math guys. We're not math guys.
Gross. So anyways, it was that's a pretty good indication of how I was kind of living, right? Like I wasn't making ends meet personally,
right? But
I also wasn't making any improvements to our business, right? Like we don't want to sink money back into our business. I wasn't able to do that. Honestly, I wasn't buying books. I wasn't buying courses, right? Really, I wasn't doing really a lot of continuing education outside of the stuff that I already had. I was going back and reading old things. So I wasn't really putting any money back into myself. So that sucked. And then there's this other part of me that, do you know when somebody asks you what you do and you tell them you're a trainer and they're like, I'm sorry to hear that. You know what I mean? Or like, get ready. I don't know if it's like as crude as get ready to fail, but like you can kind of feel it, right? Like, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's got a terrible, terrible stereotype.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
And they so, or like, what else do you do? Like you're a coach. Like what, like, is this the only thing you do?
So that's part-time then?
Yeah, right. Part-time coach. So for all those people, right, they're probably referring to pretty legitimate statistics. Yeah. But for me, I was like, no way am I going to be one of those statistics, right? Like I don't want to be, and I felt that, right? Like I felt the pain of becoming one of those people that was, a failure of a personal trainer or a strength coach.
And I did a stereotypical personal trainer that it's now become your side hustle.
Yeah. Exactly.
You have a real job, and then this is your side hustle. Right. That's where you're headed.
Yeah. So anyways, wasn't making things me personally. Wasn't putting money back in the business. Was accumulating, credit card debt, and it was anxious just doing stuff day to day.
Now, just because what a story, because I want you to hear the best part of this story. So you were struggling in that sense, but you still, it wasn't like, so on the outside, if we looked at what you were bringing in, it wasn't that. So what were you making ish before you joined the community?
So I was in about 5208 was the last month.
Brent knows his numbers. 5208, and as of today is the end of the month. He has one more sales call today, I will tell you that. As of today, what have you made this month?
So I'm at 11,377. So more than double.
Are you worried when you're at the grocery store anymore?
Yeah, it took the pressure off.
Took the pressure off.
Ease that valve.
Ease the valve. It's so exciting to hear. That's what's that? 9-10 weeks since we started working together. Okay, so what did you fear, or what were some things that made you worry as you were deciding whether or not to work with me, whether or not to join the Mavericks coaching? What were those things going on in your head?
Yeah, so obviously the initial investment, because I wasn't putting anything into continuing education.
Yeah.
So the initial investment was obviously nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And then also just thinking like, am I going to be able to get my money back in terms of ROI, return on investment?
Mm.
So that was kind of, on my mind for sure. Like time, right? Like I'm pretty tight with my schedule.
Very tight with his schedule.
Pretty neurotic with my schedule. But I worried that this was going to take away from other important activities that I had identified for our business. And like air quotes important, because obviously they weren't that important.
Right.
If I make this change and then all of a sudden I make more than double money. So it was a time thing and it was a money thing and an ROI.
Right. Okay. So time, that's a big one that I find a lot of people are concerned about. Like as trainers, we're already busy as hell. We're already trying to fit in clients wherever we can to make ends meet. How are we going to do it? How much time would you say once you got into the course? How much time would you say per week you were spending on the course?
A couple hours, like 2 to 3 hours, probably.
2 to 3 hours coursework, but it was probably more so the residual that actually made the difference, right? The coursework, but then the residual, like little bits of work, and then also what was going on in your head.
Yeah.
From there. Okay.
Yeah, and truly, like being neurotic with my schedule, like I imagine, like I would read, 20, 30 minutes a day, right? 20, 30 minutes a day I would read on training, or I'd read on business, or I'd read on whatever, something, relationship building, culture. But I just axed that, right? Like I just kind of took that out and said like, okay, this is now my priority, this is my reading, and then I just swapped that in. And
which can be an issue that Brent and I have talked about, is like a lot of people read books, but like if you're not taking action, like those can be the best books ever. But if you're not driven to take action, then that's where the accountability comes in. That's where the investment comes in, where you are learning, but you're driven to take action because you have to. What were you hoping, before we started the course? What were you hoping to get out of the course? More money.
Yeah. Like straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up more money. But you know what?
I think that's what it usually boils down to.
Yeah.
Because of all the things that can do.
Yeah, totally. And like I had, looking back on it, I realized that I had actually lost my connection with our vision, right? Like I kind of had a pretty strong idea of what we wanted to do, but I had started to believe that, again, looking back in retrospect, I started to believe that I couldn't do it, right? Like it was getting more and more distant from me. So I think there was a part of me that maybe wanted a little bit more of a reconnection with that vision and just solidify that more in my mind and get that back. Yeah, because I was super fired up, and like it's actually interesting. Are you okay for time?
Is okay for yeah, we're fine for time.
So it's interesting. I was talking to a member of my family, and they told me that when they were young, they had dreams of making, $1 million and like buying a yacht and then having all these crazy things. And then they retired and they said, and then, you retire and then you just kind of accept what you have. And I was like, right, I just like, I just felt my body language just humble. And I started to realize like, oh my God, is that going to be me? Like I could feel it happening, right? Where I'm starting, like when I was 20, being 31, 32 now. In 20, I had all these hopes and dreams and I was like, and I was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make X, Y, Z, and I'm going to have this freedom and I'm going to have these things. But then I was 31 and I was starting to lose that. And I was like, oh my God, when I get even older, am I going to completely lose that? 41. Yeah. Am I going to end up like this family member who's just completely given up after they retire? So yeah, that was a big eye-opener.
Not willing to just accept where you're at. But you were at the point that subconscious was starting to speak to you and say, maybe this is it. Yeah. Maybe we just have to be okay with this. And that's where a lot of people stop. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how has your life changed? What's one unexpected thing that you learned and how it helped you in your life?
Yeah. So speaking of vision, one of the really cool things from the course is what we touch on with visualization. Mm-hmm. I thought it was pretty good with revisiting my goals and visualizing and stuff like that, but I was not. The way that, right? Like,
I thought it was good. I was not good.
No, it was just very, like, you get into it just becomes just routine. Yeah. And, there was no fire under it.
Yeah.
But the way you taught us how to do it,
right,
it makes it really visceral, right? Like you experience it, right? So like, again,
it feels.
Yeah, and like, so you do this visualization, you get into the right state, you live it, and feel it in your body, and at the end, you just feel like you just like run through a wall, like you're just ready to go. So that part's been really fun, having that as part of my daily routine. Can I guarantee that it made me more money? Maybe, I don't know. I can't say it. Yeah, but it's certainly fun, and it's like if you truly want the vision that you're visualizing, then it's fun. It's like watching a good TV show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
feel good.
Yeah, like I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm good to go. So that's been really fun. That's been really. I did not see that coming.
And you're doing daily visualization of that vision, that long-term vision.
Yeah, so I usually set a timer for 15 minutes, go through the little preparatory stuff with it, and then I launch into, I'll either go through kind of like, and Gavin kind of laughed because I have this quite detailed breakdown of my visualization, which is
incredible.
It's quite visceral and feelings.
I felt it. I read it and I was like, I'm feeling this visualization.
Yeah, so to like really get into that, it's a lot, right? Like 15. So I might pick a piece of it, right?
Yeah.
And kind of live that and just kind of cycle through where we have a kid coming up, and I visualize like waking up in the morning and like dancing with her and like singing with her and like making her breakfast and just
being a dad.
Right. And then like that's one part of my life. And like another part of my life is I really want to start going to Hollywood movie premieres, like the superhero movies, right? Like so cool. And that's something we can talk about a little bit later too, right? But that's another part of my life that I like to get into and it fires me up. So when I get into that space, that's kind of like my nerdy side. And then obviously we have big dreams for making a sick gym.
Yeah.
With like comic stuff all over the place and superheroes.
His vision of his ideal gym is like, if you are a comic book nerd in any way, you are going to go nuts for this place. And it's happening because now you're making crazy money.
Yeah, like it's definitely, it's definitely on the right path.
Now let's start to go.
Yeah, so visualizing that and feeling it, right? And like, I feel my feet on the turf, and I like we got Captain America's shield on, being held by a figurine, and like I can feel that. So, anyways, it's been cool. Yeah, it's fun.
So cool, amazing. Okay, so what getting to the end here, what did the Mavericks course teach you that you want other people to know? That you want these guys to know?
Sales is the lifeblood of your business, and right?
Wow.
Yeah. So like you can, and we talk about this, like you can read and do all these things, but like ultimately it comes down to, are you selling your product?
Are you enrolling people into your service?
Right. And it's a good indicator as to whether or not your product or your service is fit for the market, right? Like if you're making sales, then that tells you, okay,
people are voting with their money.
People are voting with their money. And then obviously if you're not making sales, then you're not putting food on the table, right? You're not paying for your Wi-Fi or paying for your. So anyway, yeah, and
we're paying for your groceries.
Paying for your groceries. Anxiously calculating. Oh my God. Anyway, so
I feel you.
Yeah, like sales is ultimately what it comes down to. But like I had never sold anybody anything before. I was an order taker, right? So people would come in and they were like pre-sold, pretty much. Which is like, maybe that's a good thing, but it's not always going to be the case, right? Like, and
that's the inbound marketing that we talk about, or the inbound lead generation, where it's going to come, especially if you're good, but it's certainly not going to start there, and it's certainly not going to be 100% of the business.
Right. Yeah, and
the outbound.
Yeah, and I really started to understand that I need to get good at this, and this course taught me, yes, it's important, taught me how to get good at it, and then also what was really cool is how to target people that I wanted to work with and have a conversation with them where at the end of the conversation they're ready to buy, they're ready to pull out a credit card.
Totally, and that's the best part of the sales process that we talk about is you're not actually being that salesperson, you're being an advocate of your service, you're being an advocate of your program. You're getting them to a place where they realize that they are not in a good place, and you're helping them enroll in your program, which is essentially what's going to help them get to a better place. So it's not sales in the sense that everyone out here is thinking of sales. It's sales in the sense of advocacy. Of, I know you need this because you've targeted them and you know that they're the right person, the right fit for what you're selling. And I know you need this. I'm going to help you see it, and then I'm going to have it available for you when you're ready. And essentially, if you have the right conversation with them, ask the right questions, they're going to be ready. Okay, so finally, what are you most excited about? What are you most excited about moving forward?
Yeah, it's fun to make more money. That's for sure.
It's fun.
And like what it brings, you know what I mean? Like totally. I think you and I have a pretty good understanding that, like, as much as I'm talking about money right now, like for me, it's more about freedom, right? So
this guy's got a kid on the way. It's about freedom. It's about being able to be a dad and be a husband, not be at the gym from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's what it's about. Not have to be. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and just being, again, with this kid, like, it's exciting to know that I can provide for that kid, not that the kid is going to miss out on opportunities because daddy can't make it up. You know what I mean? Like, that's really powerful, right? Like, that's really exciting for me to have that. And just, even with these, going to these movies, these Hollywood movies, it's like, I think about taking her to those and taking my wife and, like, having a little vacation. Like, that's so fun, right? Like, her dressing up, me dressing up, like,
being super nerds.
I don't know if my wife would dress up.
Your daughter's going to be forced to be
scared.
Well, your wife, why not?
Yeah, I don't know if she'll do that. But yeah, no, it's just fun to it's fun to realize that you're on a path to achieving the vision that you've kind of set up for yourself, and it's exciting to know that you're not going to be one of those people that retires and gives up on everything, or even gives up on everything when they're 30, 40 years old. Like, you're in your prime. We're in our
Look
prime.
at this guy. He's in his prime. This man is in his prime.
I feel like it.
Amazing. Before we go, anything else to share that I missed? If not, that's totally cool. Anything else that you want to share?
Yeah. So I may be one of the most skeptical people of this kind of course because for 3 years I worked with a business coach, and honestly, like, they were really good people, and they had very, very good systems, and they coached business well, right? Like, it was done well. But honestly, for me, I don't know if I grew more than I would have just grown naturally, kind of organically. Like, I didn't lose, didn't lose anything, right? Like, I didn't crumble all over the place. But like, I don't know if I got anything more than I would have just grown naturally. So
Yeah.
we would kind of identify, like, in the business, we would identify, what's the problem, right? Well, we're not getting enough leads. Okay, how do you get more leads? Okay, we need to do to get more leads. Go do it.
Yeah.
Right? But what I realized, again, in retrospect, is that it wasn't the leads, it was my belief in my ability to get leads. And it was, like, we got results, but like, I didn't believe in our ability to get results and like deliver on our service. So again, in retrospect, we realized that we didn't have a business problem, we had a mindset problem, right? Like, once the mindset got in line, the business just came along with it.
I couldn't keep up with the texts. I couldn't keep up with the texts of like, dude, this is exactly what I need. Yeah, man. Well, okay. I want to thank you so much, guys. This is a six-figure success story, and I always say I don't want another client. I want another success story. And so I'm gonna give you some information if you want to be my next six-figure success story. If you want to be my next 5-figure per month success story, you can always just fire me a DM, but I'll give you some more information here. And thank you so much to Brent. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. See you later.
See you guys.